If you're a parent like me, you want your children to thrive and be happy. In this video, we evaluated 50 elementary schools to determine what the top 3 options are here in Santa Rosa that will best help your children not only succeed academically, but also flourish socially. Make sure to watch to the end for the best tip we discovered in going through this process. That way you will have the greatest impact on your child's success. If you're new to my channel, my name is Michael Furl and I'm the owner of the High-Risk Homes real estate team. We are one of the top teams here in the North Bay and specialize in the Sonoma County real estate market. Our goal is to give you the best information possible so you can make a more informed decision on your next move in real estate. So let's jump into it. Santa Rosa is the largest city in Sonoma County and as a result has the most options for schools. There are approximately 33 public schools, there are 9 private schools, and 8 charter schools. All these options can be a bit confusing, so to start, it's important to know what the differences are between these 3 options. First, you're probably well aware of public schools. Public schools are funded by local, state, or federal governments. Public schools curricula are generally developed at the district level, but must adhere to state or federal regulations. Students are assigned to specific districts based on where they live. Next, a charter school is a tuition-free school that is publicly funded as well, but it's independently run. Charter schools are exempt from many state laws and regulations that govern traditional public schools. Instead, charter schools are bound by the terms of a contract, also known as a charter, that lays out a school's mission, academic goals, their fiscal guidelines, and their accountability requirements. Compared to public schools that draw students from an assigned area, charter schools are selected by families that choose to send their children to them. And for charter schools where demand exceeds space, students are usually picked by a random lottery. Charter schools are run by a school leader or principal just like a public school. However, charter schools are not overseen directly by an elected school board. Charter schools frequently take alternative curricular approaches or emphasize a particular niche such as the arts or technology. Lastly, private schools are independent schools that are privately owned and funded without the assistance of local, state, or federal governments. Students are responsible for the cost of tuition. Private schools also have the greatest autonomy as they are not bound to local, state, and federal restrictions that public schools are subject to. Some independent schools are religiously affiliated and others are not. So now that you know what your different options are, how do you choose which school for your child to go to? For many families, a great place to start is cost and location. Private schools can range from $8,000 all the way up to $31,500 for schools like Sonoma County Day School. So if you're not looking to spend this kind of money, it's probably best to eliminate private schools from your list. Location is also important. If you're considering public schools, where you live will determine which school district you are zoned for. You can find your school district in the link in the comment sections below. There are some schools that will allow you to do a district or an inter-district transfer. This means that if you don't like the school that your child is currently zoned for, it may be possible to switch, but it's important to check with the school you are most interested in first to see if this is a possibility. Next, every child is unique, so it's important to find the school that will best meet you and your child's needs and wants with the goal of providing the best environment that will allow your child to thrive. Assessing your child's needs and learning style, as well as what is most important to you and your family in the school that you select, is absolutely critical in selecting the school that will be the best fit. Lastly, gather information about a school and then tour the different options. By speaking with the teachers, the principal, and other parents is a great way to understand a school's curriculum, their approach to learning, the culture, performance, and more. It is important to go through this process because many parents evaluate schools strictly based on their online rating and or their test scores. However, just because a school has a great test score doesn't mean that it's the best fit for your child. With that being said, let's review the top 3 elementary schools here in Sonoma County. First on our list is Austin Creek Elementary. Austin Creek is located in the Skyhawk neighborhood in East Santa Rosa. It is part of the Rincon Valley School District and provides kindergarten all the way up through 6th grade education. GradeSchools.org rated Austin Creek a 9 out of 10 due to its above average test scores, its academic performance, and its equity between different student groups. Niche.com gave Austin Creek an overall A grade based on its academic performance, their teachers, and diversity. They also rated Austin Creek number 7 out of all public elementary schools here in Sonoma County. Our son actually attended kindergarten at at Austin Creek in 2020, and we had a great experience with the staff as well as fellow parents. We felt the school was incredibly supportive and safe and provided the necessary tools and resources for our son to excel academically. Unfortunately, the pandemic started right at the same time and all education was moved to the tablet. So we found it incredibly challenging for our son to stay focused, and it was not really the best way for him to learn and grow. As a result, we found one of the only schools at the time that offered in-person learning and made that decision to switch schools. If it wasn't for COVID, however, he would still be attending Austin Creek because it's really one of the top schools in Sonoma County. Next is Yulupa Elementary. Yulupa Elementary is located in the southeast area in Santa Rosa and is part of the Bennett Valley School District. They provide transitional kindergarten all the way up through 3rd grade. In addition to a rigorous standards-based comprehensive academic program, Yulupa Elementary utilizes a responsive and flexible intervention model which allows them to provide targeted instruction to meet the individual needs of each student. Students needing academic assistance receive additional support to achieve proficiency in the state standards. Additionally, there is a high degree of active participation from the parent community. They have 2 parent organizations that fund their enrichment programs, which include dance, arts, science, technology, and school-wide assemblies. Greaterschools.org gave Yulupa an 8 out of 10 for their above-average test scores and equity between different student groups. Niche.com gave Yulupa an overall A grade based on their academics, their teachers, and diversity. And they rate Yulupa Elementary number 4 out of all public elementary schools here in Sonoma County. Yulupa was also a California Distinguished School and ranked by US News as one of the top public schools in 2022. Yulupa's sister school is Strawberry Elementary, which continues education for grades 4th through 6th. Lastly, Santa Rosa Accelerated Charter School also secured a top 3 spot here on our list. It's located in the northeast area of Santa Rosa in Rincon Valley. Serving only 5th and 6th grades, this charter school focuses on a curriculum that is centered around creating self-motivated, competent, lifelong learners. Their staff is geared to providing a challenging learning environment for talented students. Greaterschools.org gave SRACS a 10 out of 10 based on their above test scores and equity between different student groups. Niche.com gave an overall grade of A- based on their academics, teachers, and diversity. They also received the prized National Blue Ribbon Award in 2016 in recognition for their high-achieving student body. So after reviewing 50 elementary schools, what did we learn? The top schools on our list are all located in East Santa Rosa, and more specifically, they are all in generally more affluent communities. While not surprising, this was disappointing to see as there is a clear difference in the education available in East Santa Rosa when compared to that of West Santa Rosa. The areas that could stand to benefit the most from top schools are in essence receiving the least amount of support. This is also one of the leading factors that contributes to the significant difference in home values between East and West Santa Rosa. Additionally, we discovered that many parents get hung up on school ratings. For example, while Austin Creek is one of the top schools here in Santa Rosa, it is also part of the Rincon Valley School District. As a result, all elementary schools in this district follow the same curriculum as Austin Creek. However, schools like Sequoia Elementary don't get the same recognition as Austin Creek, and parents get hyper-focused on getting their kids into Austin Creek even though they will receive the same education that they would receive at Sequoia Elementary. This leads us to our greatest discovery in this process and what single factor will have the greatest impact on your child's success. While Austin Creek does have above average academic scores and they do provide an excellent program for students, the primary reason for this is actually due to the parents and the high value they place on education. Many parents at Austin Creek are attorneys, engineers, physicians, business owners, and other professions that prioritize learning and education for their children. It is not uncommon for many 4 to 5-year-olds starting Austin Creek to already be reading by the time they start school. As a result, parents have the greatest impact on their children's success. While there is no question that schools play an important role in this process, parents that take a more proactive approach in shaping their child's education tend to experience the best results compared to those that might lean more heavily on the schools. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions, so in the comments below, let me know what your favorite elementary school is here in Santa Rosa.